Hello, beautiful acupuncturists. I am back again for another little hint on how to use your words more powerfully. So this little lesson is actually going to come from a book that I love, and I do use it frequently, especially when I'm, typing or writing anything. That way I can reference the book easily. So I have this on my Kindle app on my iPad, so I'll show you really quick what the cover looks like. But it is Magic Words and Language Patterns by Karen Hand. And so let's dive into what she says are her 20 magic words. And so she talks about language softeners, and that can be things like easily, naturally, automatically. And so using these words with our patients or anybody just kind of helps soften the situation. So you're easily going to be able to make these lifestyle changes that I'm recommending. It's going to become natural to you. You'll naturally just wake up and want to take your herbs. It's going to become automatic in your life to follow these suggestions and feel good once again. And then she has, you are able to tell them that they will be aware, they might realize or be realizing something, experience or experiencing, noticing. So these are things that you're going to talk about. You might notice these changes, or are you noticing the improvements in your body after taking your herbs? You might be experiencing better sleep, that kind of stuff. So you're kind of guiding them and leading them to the conclusion of their improvement. And then she has causes to the subconscious mind, or causes that allow the subconscious mind to focus on space. Things like expanding, the word beyond, or unlimited. The subconscious mind loves space, loves broad, open spaces. And so you can allow the subconscious mind of your patients to really focus in on these more broadening things. So again, expanding, the word beyond, or unlimited possibilities. Words that cause the subconscious mind to think of time. These are before, after, begin, during, and now. Now, these things, the space and time concept, can really be utilized in hypnosis or hypnopuncture. And so if you haven't noticed by now, I do teach hypnopuncture to other acupuncturists. So this is an area that we would dive a lot deeper into, is how to utilize these concepts of space and time with the subconscious mind. But oftentimes, even with our patients, while they're conscious, we can remind them, do you remember what it felt like, what you felt like before? And after your treatment, this is what you should experience, or you may notice these changes. How are you in the now? Or focus on the now. Let's be present. And then the word imagine. This is a great word that allows the subconscious mind to get into the right creative hemisphere of the brain. And we're not asking them to visualize. Not every person can actually visualize and see things when their eyes are closed. I'm one of those people. I close my eyes and it's just black. There's no color, there's no images. However, all of us have an imagination. So using the word imagine allows us to tap into that right side, more creative brain, and the subconscious loves to be creative. So if you ask your patient to imagine, even if you're doing just a guided meditation, I recommend you use the word imagine over the word visualize. This allows the patient not only to be more creative, it also allows those people like myself who can visualize to be more effective in what's going on. You might want to use the word don't. I know I have a short video on not words, how the subconscious mind won't or is incapable of focusing on a not, a don't, won't, can't, shouldn't, those types of words. Well, don't, sometimes we want to put that in there because if you say, well, don't go do this, and we're playing a little bit of reverse psychology here, your patient might be like, well, watch me. Or if you say something, of course, not in these words, but just off the top of my head, like, I don't know if this will be successful, or I don't know if you can be successful at this, then sometimes certain personalities, that's going to spark the rebel in them and say, well, I'm going to go do that now because you don't have the faith. Be very cautious in using that terminology with your patients. The word but. I've talked about this on another episode. So the word but negates everything in the prior part of the sentence. The word however is just a fancy but. So if you were going to say, you're doing so great, but I want you to do better, or I want you to do more, that's going to negate the whole you were doing so great part. So slip the word and in there always. Two things can exist and be true at the same time. And avoid but in most instances. And again, in my hypnopuncture course, I teach you how to use but in a positive way, how to make it powerful by intentionally putting that but in there to negate the prior part of what you just said. And then two more words. And like I said, the mind naturally includes everything after and. So I think in the previous episode, when I talk about but and how they work together or opposite from each other, when you use the word and, it can open up space for multiple things to be true at the same time. So instead of saying, I want to go on vacation, but I'm broke, you can say, I want to go on vacation and I'm broke. Both things can be true at the same time. Or it could be, I want to go to Paris, but I also want to go to New York. Well, what if you want to go to Paris and you want to go to New York? Maybe you can fly to New York, spend a couple days, and then move on to Paris. And the final word that I want you to think about using with your patients, whether they're conscious or if you're utilizing hypnopuncture in any way, is the word because. Because gives a reason, and the mind actually just believes everything after the because. Now, I could say something like, Hashimoto's is a thyroid disease because the thyroid just wants to be attacked by gluten. I don't know. That's an absolutely ridiculous concept, right? However, since I slipped that because in there, people are more apt to believe it. So when you are going to tell a person to take their herbs, you're going to say, this herbal formula is going to be very powerful for you because it is going to support your digestion, it's going to help regulate your cycle, and it's going to help calm your mood. You might be giving this person Gui Pi Tong or something, or Xiao Yao San. So those are the 20 words, again, magic words from Karen Hand. Feel free to grab her book if you'd like and start incorporating some of this language into your days with your patients. I hope these videos are helpful for you, and I am so glad you're joining me here. I want you to do a couple of things for me if you wouldn't mind. First of all, if you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe to this channel so that you know when the information pops up every week. And then the second thing is, I would love for you to share either this video or maybe one of your favorites with a colleague, somebody that you know who also practices acupuncture. I would love for you to just send this quick link, send it via text or email or messenger, whatever works for you. And as always, be well.